All right, guys, the first start, it popped right off, kind of scared me, and it ran good. This is the second start, so we'll see what happens. John's taking the honor here. Nice. Woo! Hot Rod Power Tour day, hopefully. John's installing a little radiator tag, little finishing touches. What do you think, dude? Are you ready for this? You got a nice shave and a haircut.
Fresh.
Looking fresh.
Just in case we're, hot on the side of the road, be less sweaty.
Yeah, you don't want to have a mullet on the side of the road. Doesn't bode well. I drove this thing around a little last night. Put Bubba in it, my boxer. We call this Bubba's car. And drove pretty darn well, really. So we're just going to do some things like check the tire pressure, check fluids, some nice little aesthetic stuff there. John, I think we need to get the radio plugged back in and bolted back up.
I think it's all plugged in.
All right, just needs to be bolted in the back. It's kind of flopping. And then that way we got tuned. I did wash it last night and I vacuumed it out. But other than that, it's a ripper. I was kind of, when I was driving it, was reminiscent of when it still had the 350 combo, and I was, whatever. And then I stepped on it. I'm like, oh, this thing's got about 450 more horsepower, maybe 500 more horsepower. So it was pretty cool to do. But so far, so good. The first trips went well, and now we're just refining a few little things. We had a couple things loose, of course, and hopefully head out right in the middle of the heat. That's my plan. So right where it gets the hottest, that's when we need to get on the road and get broken down. These are the tools I'm bringing along with us. Might regret that in a coffee cup I had on the way to work this morning. Hopefully that's enough, folks. All right, guys. Somehow we pulled the old Nova together, and it's actually a chariot.
It's a pretty nice ride.
It's a fine unit, and we're just starting up like 2 days ago. Unbelievable amount of fit and finish.
Absolutely.
I mean, other than the paint, but everything seems to be working properly. We had a fuel pressure sensor die already. Big surprise. We need to switch that over to a Rife unit so that it lives. Otherwise, man, this thing's awesome. Speedometer works, tack, oil, temp, everything. The only thing that doesn't work is air conditioning, but we're on a 16-week back order for vintage air on that unit, so we're just gonna have to sweat it out to the oldies. But we do have air conditioning.
We got the quarter windows.
We got quarter windows, and if you're a muscle car fan, you know how effective those are. So we're gonna fill up and head down to Champaign. Nothing like a good old-fashioned 2.5-hour drive for break-in / shakedown, but here we go. All right, guys, this thing is freaking dreamy. So we got a Dakota digital dash in it. These might be flashing, I think, just for the frame rate of the video, but you can see it's got a sweeper tack right there, like old school. It's got a speedometer. We got volts, water, fuel pressure, oil over here. These are all configurable, so that's really nice. This Dakota digital system is awesome. And this car is awesome. We just checked. You have to have the car off to set the dash, but it's making like -5 PSI of boost right now, so it's not guzzling gas. We're going down the interstate at like 2,000 RPM or just above. So this thing is a unit, like ultimate cruiser, flat hood, bench seat, wing windows. Like by the time we get the AC in this sucker, it is gonna be awesome. It's cruising down 188 degrees. You really can't beat it, and it drives like a dream. You don't even have to have your hands on the wheel. This might be the first project car that we finished and got running and has a straight steering wheel in 10 years. I don't know. Crazy. But back to all of its glory. John, what do you think?
Perfect.
John's got a fresh haircut, and I think that was probably where all of our luck came into play. So we're probably an hour and a half, 2 hours out from Champaign, and we're going down the interstate. Even cops are giving us a thumbs up on the interstate, so cruisers are cool. Much as I like race cars, a nice clean cruiser that's not too nice right up everybody's alley. Just a little update. We stopped and got some fuel. I should have probably recorded that, but we got about 13 miles a gallon. We have a pretty fat, I would say, air fuel for cruising, about 14.7. We could probably lean that out to in the 15s. And then we could also add some timing, so it should be able to get, I don't know, maybe 16, 17, 18 miles to the gallon. Keep in mind, we're going like 80, so that doesn't help anything. Just trying to get where we're going. We didn't want to try messing with the air fuel today because we were wanting to make sure we were comfortable with the cooling system. It's cruising anywhere between 185 and 190 on the interstate. The second fan turns on at 190, so that's just fine. So I think we're overall pretty happy with everything. It's rolling down the road great. I would say for our first trip, you can't be too mad about it. Even stopping in construction zones like what we were just in, it didn't overheat. You know, stayed at 190 the whole time for stop and go traffic, and it's hot out today, so pretty excited overall. Well, John,
We made it.
against all odds, we made it.
I'm gonna say we're halfway there. I'm gonna call it that.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty confident, but still got to get home tonight too.
That's actually a super valid point. I will say, I was making this video because I thought we'd have a lot.
Continue on to South Prospect.
We're not like big, you know, TV produced type of people where we like to be like, snap your fingers and it's done and it's perfect, because that's not real world. But every once in a while, a car comes along and really puts a twinkle in your eye. This is that car. So we're getting ready to pull into the Power Tour lot and see if we can find Derek from Vice Grip Garage. We're not typically the car show types,
We didn't remember our lawn chairs.
but it was a good ending to our week and our story, right?
That's right.
Should have brought some speed shine so we can maybe get some of that worn off paint shined up. Yeah, no leaks. It's not pissing coolant everywhere.
Solid.
Wasn't too hot. Probably could use for some Dynamat or something of that nature for it for the next big trip. Overall, definitely a success. So we're gonna go see what cars are around. What do you think about that?
Check this one out right
About
here.
this Grand National thing over here. Potentially a Grand National powered wagon, which would be super cool. Oh yeah, that's a short V8, also known as V6. That thing is so cool. Oh dude. I don't know whose this is, but it's got Grand National in the seats. What a cruiser. Yeah, we're gonna have to dig into what this thing's all about a little bit more. Even got the hood just like a Grand National. Look at that. That's sick, dude. Let's see what else is around. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Buick GSXs. This thing just looks right. What do you think, John?
Sweet. A bunch of motion parts under the hood.
It does?
Covers,
Oh man.
brackets.
Dude,
That's
that's even better. When you walk up to a car this cool and it has all of our parts on it,
Motion parts on.
that is sweet. This thing is sexy. That's one of my favorites so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Color combo's right, the wheels are right, it sits right.
It's like a whole factory.
Plus 10 for motion parts. It's got a factory houndstooth style interior, which I don't know if that's factory on a Buick GSX, but what a neat car.
There we go. Now we're working. Awesome.
Yeah, you're awesome.
You got a hot rodder on your hands right there. I'll tell you what.
Oh, he loves working on
Hey, you got 3 of them down there.
Yeah, it's gonna get expensive.
Uncle
Uncle
Doug
Doug
will
will
take
take care of it.
Oh yeah. How'd the caddy do, dude?
Oh, it's perfect, man.
Yeah?
We all that happened was we blew a window relay and the air shock lines like 48 times.
48 times. So it's like the shifter cable on El
Well,
Toro.
When you have like 6 people bouncing the rear end so you can power brake it daily,
Mm.
apparently
Bad for
it's bad for the shocks and it pops the line.
That's really not a bad week though.
No, other than that, it's been flawless.
Did you enjoy the power tour?
Yeah, this is so fun.
Yeah.
It's like, I think this year's like 5,800 cars traveling. together.
Really?
Yeah. Over 100,000 spectators, 5 cities, 5 days. We'll have 2,000 miles on by the time we get home.
Wow.
I had 82 miles in this car after I pulled out of the swamp.
Really?
And then we're like, throw the suitcase in, we're going.
All right, well, I thought we were cool because we just started it up, but you're way more brave than we are, dude. This thing is just a real pristine unit. Oh, there's some body work back there. I am a sucker for a caddy, but I do like the split window in the back. That's cool. Old Cadillacs have so much character, dude. We got to do a 60 caddy next time. Well, I think we saw all there is to see. Last day of Hot Rod Power Tour. Kind of a bust. I mean, there's just a lot less cars. I think people are tired and went home.
I think everybody already left. It seemed like that many cars still here.
But we saw our buddy Derek and got some miles on the car. So far, so good. Now we just have the other 50% of our
we
drive.
just gotta do the rest of it. Make it.
We probably should do a couple burnouts on the way home.
We're gonna do some burnouts somewhere along the way.
As we get closer to home, we'll do some burnouts.
Feel a little safer.
Our security blanket. All right, guys. We'll see how she does. That's exactly what it needs to do. Don't you think so? Absolutely. That's actually why we built the car.
Just burnouts and smiles.
Burnouts and smiles, baby. Made it all the way back to Iowa. Somehow, some way, we thrashed on the car.
I beat on it a little bit.
1 week ago, there was no wiring in it. It was in a million pieces, and somehow we made the final stop of Power Tour with it. 300 plus miles. This thing does burnouts, gets good gas mileage.
What's the odometer say now?
417 miles. Some of which were burnouts. But really, it's pretty much an ultimate cruiser. It's a muscle car. It drives amazing. Bench seat, burnouts, column shift. It's a sleeper. I can't wait to use this thing all over the country. It's gonna be my new daily driver. Thanks, John.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Nice work.
Absolutely.
You guys will see a lot more burnouts, and who knows, it might sub in for some another car if we have broken cars for race week or something. It's pretty moment.
Pretty much built for everything.
Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.
Doug forgot his keys here when he left. Better do that burnout. Don't tell Doug.